Hey everyone, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thanks for joining me for Project Life. This is week 30, so stick around. Hey friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. I am excited to share Project Life week 30 with you. I made a mistake last week and said it was week 30, but it was week 29. This is another stash busting week because there is still a hold on some of the Ali Edwards products. So it's a great opportunity for me to use my stash and get creative. So I've pulled a ton of puffy stickers from Ali Edwards, some stickers from Ali Edwards, some chipboard, and some various pocket cards. And I'm going with an orange, pink, and yellow theme this week. So let me speed up the camera and we'll talk more about what's happening. So I'm going to work on the title card. I have no idea when it's from. I think it says hello or love maybe in Allie's handwriting. And I have this July Joys chipboard, which is why I went with the yellow and orange theme. So that's, I think, from last year's Stories by the Month kit. Sorry, I have a cat on me while I'm trying to do this voiceover. He's very needy because we just got back from our trip and he is clinging to me like white on rice. All right, so once I get this chipboard down, I'm just gonna add some stickers. They're like faux washi strips. I'm trimming them in half and making them into a little banner shape, and then layering with a label sticker so I can stamp the date. I have my grabby paint pen to write on various photos and cards as I go through the week. This is for July 21st through the 27th. So the beginning of the week was a lot of just everyday stuff, tons of appointments. I don't have photos for all the appointments we went to, but Nora did have a sleepover. So there's a larger photo documenting that in the next row. But next to this title card, there is a double photo on a 3x4 that I created in the Diptyque app. That's how I create all of my grids. And it's a picture of before and after Nora getting allergy tested, which didn't go so well because she had her mind set on one thing and expecting one thing, and it ended up being different than what she expected, and it was a lot more painful than she thought or could remember because she's already been allergy tested and they did it on her back when she was little, but they did all of them on her arms and she got I forget how many injections, but it was a lot. So I just wanted to document that, and I had these canvas word phrase strips left from a different kit, and this one says here we go. So I stapled that to the photo with my tiny attacher, and then I just talked a little bit about it on a label sticker there from Studio Calico. These stickers are super old. I don't even know, I think they were an add-on from Studio Calico and they were 25 cents or something. So one of the stickers says appointment, and then I just journaled and stamped the date. And then the middle row is the 4x6 photo grid I created of Nora having her sleepover, or some of the events that happened. So there's a picture of her and her friend Corey, who stayed over at Trampoline Park, us in the middle of a walk, and Corey doing Nora's hair in her bedroom. There's a word phrase canvas that says just keep smiling, and I wrote at Urban Air. Then on the picture of the walk, I did girls night sticker and then the puffy sandals. And then later on, I'm going to go back and add a puffy sticker that says United and just add that to the picture of the girls doing their hair. On the question and answer card, I wrote when can Corey come over for the question, and then the answer when she gets back home from New Jersey. And then I journaled about their sleepover. The question and answer card is from the Q&A Storyteller Kit. It's a quarterly subscription kit you can purchase through Ali Edwards' website. And then I'm just writing all my journaling with my Muji gel pen in a 0.38. And then the bottom row is a ledger card that was from Studio Calico. And then the 4x6 slot, I have two 3x4 size pieces of paper. So I've got the Stay Curious card and then the picture of Toothless asleep in our tote. So I have this tote that goes in the back of my car, in the trunk, and it's filled with things for camping. And he just I was in the middle of packing and my husband's like, is Toothless asleep in there? And he totally passed out on top of the towels and the blankets and things that I had folded up ready to go. So I thought that was super cute. So I journaled about that. And on the ledger card, I just titled it All the Things, and I decorated it with a few stickers, and then I used my my Grabby paint pen to write the initials for each day of the week that I was going to journal about. So I just kind of like bullet journaled little phrases about things that happened throughout the week. So like for Monday, I wrote allergy testing. Tuesday, I wrote Corey slept over, Dr. Tyner, brackets and Invisalign starting next January, and thyroid blood work. Wednesday, I wrote Urban Air Chick-fil-A dermatology appointment. Thursday, I wrote family therapy, Five Below, Dollar Tree, post office, big tantrum at bedtime. So those are all like a quick glance, summary of things that happened on those days. All right, so once I finish embellishing this picture, because I left the Stay Curious card blank, it's plenty colorful and doesn't need anything. To the left, I am going to now do the journaling for the different things that happened this week. And I like the way I kept it simple, embellishing it with just a few of the stickers from these sticker sheets I have that are probably like 5 years old. I do all of my journaling off camera, so just for time's sake, and so you don't have to watch me. Plus, sometimes it takes me a while. I'll like be thinking about what I want to write, and that way it just kind of takes the pressure off myself. So the left side of the spread is going to be finished, and you can see how it looks up close in real time in just a second here. So I love when I have the opportunity to go into my stash and use as many things as I can, which is what ends up happening in these stash busting weeks. So it's always based off of color, and then I just kind of pull as many embellishments as I can that I think make the most sense. So it's like a combination of all kinds of little mini stickers, puffy stickers, chipboard, and then I always like to bring in my paint pens if I can. Sometimes if I don't use a paint pen, then I use alpha stickers. So that's kind of one of the tricks I like to use is if I don't have enough like alpha stickers to make it work for the week, then I'll just pick one of my acrylic pens and use those instead. All right, so now I'm getting started on the right side of the spread, and this is when we actually made it through to Michigan. So I just realized my journaling is wrong. I journaled for Monday rather than Sunday. But that's what's going to go on the This Was Fun card, so I'll fix that. And then the picture that I was embellishing was Nora and her cousin Fiona. We had driven on Saturday morning. We left at 6 and got there around dinner time. And her cousin came over with her parents, my husband's twin brother, Jesse, and wife. And we had some nachos, and the girls got to play. And then on Sunday, we went to church, and then we went and took Nora to this kids like science museum, which was really fun. And that's the next picture on the bottom, or that's the picture on the bottom. And then the picture in the middle was we all went to dinner at this brewery in Battle Creek area for my brother-in-law Josh's birthday. So that's a picture of all the cousins together at dinner, the one that I'm working on right now. Next to it, I have another little 3x4 card that is from the Q&A Storyteller Kit that says, "What's up right now?" Perfect color scheme that goes with the rest of the week. So I decided to use that. And I just journaled on a little label sticker there about our Sunday. And then on the picture of the kiddos, I wrote the name of the brewery. I'll end up moving that little puffy geotag sticker right underneath where I wrote the word brewery because there's room and it just looks better there. And then I layered the yes, yes, yes canvas strip with the chipboard that says "So glad to see you again." And then the photo on the bottom, that's a 4x6 grid, is 6 different photos from our experience at the Science Museum. And I have a lot more, but I'm going to be doing a separate travel album documenting this trip as well. So that is why there are far less photos in this week's spread than I ended up taking in real life. And the last card is July 3 things. And again, this is from last year's kit. I spelled out I looked at my Hobonichi and I looked at the things that stood out to me as the 3 biggest, memories or impactful things from the month. And I wrote Girl Summer, which was Nora's summer camp that she loved, doctor visits, because we had so many different specialty visits, and glamping vacay. So, and then I just kept it simple. I put a little like puffy asterisk sticker on the top there and called that good. There was a lot packed in, and I think the reason I confuse my journaling is because it's 2 weeks later, and normally I film these videos every week, but because we were gone, obviously, I wasn't able to film this. So my mind's kind of muddled with the order of sequence and memory, and I have a terrible memory, which is why I have to do all the analog journaling. So I did go through this quickly. As always, I welcome you to ask me any questions about products or techniques, or even like other little things I might have mentioned in the video that you're curious about. As always, I welcome those types of interactions below. I love to chat with all of you. You can always DM me over on Instagram as well at ChappyPlans if you want to talk. All right, well, that is going to wrap this video up, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and invite you to subscribe to my channel. Love to see you back, and I will see you hopefully in the next one. Take care, friends, and remember that you are enough. Bye-bye.